Here I am. Let's get this party started. Goodness gracious. I swear, this is what I want to tell you guys first. There's 62 people, and I want you to hear me say this. Guys, if I can do this business as hot mess, I'm not even hot mess anymore. I'm just lukewarm room temperature mess. If I can do this business, anybody can. I want to first Lauren, first of all, I just want to thank you. You're a professional. Because a professional just improvises. And honestly, I remember seeing people on stages when like the lights go out or there's tech issues and they improvise. And I used to remember thinking, they're unbelievable professionals and you're that level of professional. So thank you, Lauren. I appreciate you guys. Let me start out. Let me just jump into recognition. Then we're going to do a little bit of work it. I dropped a message. That's an example message that I've used that's worked really well for me. I dropped a message in the chat. But I'm going to train you guys on a real simple formula. Use that message if you want. We're going to talk about a quick formula, and then I have a special treat for you this evening. So real quick, I want to recognize some amazing people. Can you guys put your hands together on the Dreamers in Action side? We had some unbelievable enrollers last week, and Emily Sutherland at the very tippy top, followed closely by Kathy Drenick, Emily Pierce, Aubrey Petty, Nicole Simpson, Hal Kimball, Laura Laurie, Carrie Lintner, Jenny Thompson, and Sherry Malanga. What I love about the Dreamer in Action list every week is you got a mixture of OGs, people that have been doing the do for a while, and brand new people, so way to go. Top enrollers on Team Win, Holly Kirsch, Cindy Karabi, Jen Bendowski, Lindsay Crouch, Jennifer Green, and Debbie Sable. Absolutely awesome. Guys, I hope you are checking out the chat. You see there's a message example. I trained on that message at a celebration in Nashville. Some of you were there, Bridgestone Arena. I trained on it. It was a message that I had sent. A lot of people used it and said that it worked really well for them. I gave it as an example there. But I want to also talk about, hey, we can give you some great scripts, but a lot of people have heard me talk about how I love formulas. And the formula that I love most is called OO. It's intentionally ironic. I think, Lauren, I think your husband actually came up with the name. And it's intentionally ironic because a lot of us don't like sending messages. It can be uncomfortable at first. But honestly, if you're like Erica Rothenberger, you can condition yourself to love it. It becomes part of your habit. And so the formula OO, it stands for, I'm going to draw it out for you really quickly. E stands for edify. Edify means that you tell someone why they're amazing. Edify, E. I'm going to tell you, oh my gosh, Teresa TC, you're one of the most dynamic, magnetic, and outgoing women I've ever met. You would be unbelievable at what I'm doing. And when you edify someone, you're telling them why they'd be amazing at this business. And I urge you, friends, be authentic when you're complimenting people. TC's smiling because she knows this is her. I still look around, I'm looking at all the screens. We're all smiling because you're like, you perfectly epitomize her character. That's who she is and why she'd be awesome. If you weren't already enrolled to your sister, TC, I'd be all over and we're trying to enroll you because you're all of those things. So you edify the person. Hey, you want to go on, you want to say, Barb Kernan, you're one of the most dynamic, incredible, hardworking, driven, committed women that I know. Tell people who they are. They appreciate it. Tell them what you have. Colleen, I have a hold of an opportunity. Partner with this company that has market disruptive products that give results people cannot believe. Jaws hit the floor. What do I have? I say it's a virtual franchise opportunity. I say it's an income producing asset tied to health and wellness products people have never seen before. High demand, market disruptive. Use whatever language is comfortable to you, but you'll see I'm a hyperbolizer. That means I use words that get your attention. Market disruptive, jaw dropping, high demand. Get the heck out of town. A lot of times, guys, I'm saying it so people hear me say it, meaning I'm leaving a voice memo. So you better believe someone's like, wait, what? Market disruptive? I remember telling Brandy Brokaw, these products are bananas. She started saying bananas, and honestly, it sounds better coming out of her mouth, but it's arresting. You're like, wait, what did she just say? It's a fruit? It's bananas? I better look into what it is. Tell them what you have. What do you have? Now, here's an important element of leaving a message. Why they should care. Why they should care. Too many people prospect me and leave me a message, tell them about how hot their skin looks, how much money they're making with their girlfriends. Why should I care? I deleted your message because I don't care about your hot skin and your big wallet and your funny friends. I'm looking for what's in it for me, and so are people. Why should they care? If I knew you well, like I know Lisa Travis. Lisa wants to have an income producing asset separate from her brick and mortar retail fancy salon. She's a smart entrepreneur. I know another woman who's getting married. She wants to vacation. She wants to take her honeymoon in Bora Bora. That is expensive. And I would tell her, I would say, honey, you are one of the most dynamic women I've ever met. I have a hold of an income producing asset, partnered with a health and wellness company that has products will blow your ever loving mind. There's a way for you, I believe, to pay for Bora Bora with cash. And then last step, tell them what you want them to do. Because you could get her all excited. And then she's like, cliffhanger, what next? What do I want you to do? TC, I want you to chat with me tomorrow. Are you free at 3 or 4 o'clock? If evening's better for you, girl, I can offer you 8, 8:30, or 9 p.m. Eastern time, which is best for you so we can connect. And so that's the formula that I use for reach outs. And guys, at first, edify. I'm going to do a message for you really quickly. Holly Kirsch, you are one of the most badass entrepreneurial women. Everything you touch turns to gold. You would be amazing at what I'm doing. I have a hold of this opportunity with a virtual franchise. It is a way to create income, leveraging products that you've never seen in the marketplace, make people's heads spin around. I know how passionate you and Joel are about doodles, about rescues, about children. And I believe there's a way to create an income stream that can fund the passions of your heart. Will you chat with me tomorrow at either 2:30 or 3:35 Eastern time? I can be available at either one, but I want to chat with you about how we could do this together. And that's the kind of message I leave with someone. It's not a script, you guys. If you want a script, there's one in the chat. But this is a formula. I always tell people why they're freaking awesome. Why do you want them there? And I'm always authentic when I say it, because when a person knows who they are, like if I'm calling Colleen Cavini about doing this, I'm like, Colleen Keaveney, I always say her name wrong. If I'm calling Colleen, I'm like, Colleen, literally people chase you down the road to do what you're doing. You know who you are. Everyone who knows her knows that's who she is. It's authentic, right? But if I'm calling my friend Stasha, who doesn't even care for people, she'd rather build something online because she has a cool online following, but she can't stand people. I'm not going to be like, girlfriend, you know you love people. I'm like, Stasha, you have a gift for leveraging opportunity on social media. People follow your online presence and it blows up. But if I call Sasha, I'm like, Sasha, you know you're the life of the party, girl. You know you're outgoing. It feels so incongruent because I know that's not who she is, and so does she. But when you tell people the qualities about them that are magnetic and dynamic, Lindsay Crouch, no one creates a community like you. This is a community business. Lindsay knows that's her. Right. And when I say it with such passion because I know it's her. When I tell her what I have, I'm excited. Find your little snippet, very short, about why this is exciting. Tell them why they should care. Know who you're talking to. Like if you called me and said, Jessica, here's an opportunity to make $1 million, I would be deleting your message. If you called me and said, Jessica, here's a way to get an iPad for every child in foster care in Montgomery County, my phone will burn till I'm calling you back so fast, I'll hurt my fingers calling you back. Okay. Tell someone why they should care and then close it off with letting them know what to do. Guys, let's take 2 minutes right now. Will you all join me in either sending the message that's above or an message? I'm going to take it's 9:15. I'm going to come back at 9:17 with the hottest panel you ever heard of. All right. I hope you guys were able to do that. And you've got the OO training. I believe that it is in both groups. I know it's in Team Win Builders. I did a video that was very short about OO. If there's any builders that you feel like, hey, that might be helpful to them. And there's also OO type scripts, examples of what I say for each. If you search EWWW, you'll be able to find that. So without further ado, at our top leader mastermind, we did a panel of up and coming rising stars who've been in the company for a pretty short amount of time and have risen to the tippy top enough that they qualified to attend our top leader mastermind. And I think they each bring something of such value. So I'm going to bring you tonight, Michelle Stanton, Janelle Rogers, Lindsay Crouch, and Lisa Travis. I'm going to get started, and I'd love to talk first, if you don't mind, Janelle Rogers. I'd love, if you don't mind, I'm going to ask each of you 1 to 2 questions. Probably we'll have time for one. So Janelle, I'd love for people to hear a little bit about your journey in Isagenix, because there are some people who think that if I ask someone as quality, high caliber as a Janelle Rogers, hey, would you want to do this business? She was a beauty person, guys. She was a hairstylist. She's gorgeous. She has all the influence in the world. You'd think I asked Janelle Rogers one time. She said yes and flew right to just the tippy top. But Janelle, would you mind sharing a little of your story and trajectory in the company? You're on mute, though. Yep. Just jump off mute real quick.
Sorry, guys. Can you hear me? Good. Okay, perfect. So I had my ISA anniversary 2 years ago. I am just now a director. Like Jessica's saying, I work in only upscale salons. I saw the opportunity with sharing collagen behind the chair to clients and never really saw anything beyond that. I was just like, oh, it's just a way to share something what people need. And it was through the community and the constant pouring into me that my perspective started to change, and the opportunity started to feel a little closer and a little different to me. And I will say, since October is really when I decided to buckle down more and be intentional with starting to share with people with the opportunity, starting to plant the seeds and, go from there. Is there anything in particular you want me to speak on, Jessica?
I think one of the things that was key with your story, I think, is an event.
Yes. So I went to Nico January 2022 by myself. And I really wanted to see, is this a place that I could grow? I've seen everyone on social media, people reach out to me, but I'm like, what are they going to be like in person? Is this really the thing? Is the company the thing? And when I went and experienced the event in person, I'm like, oh my gosh, I found my place. I found my people. Everyone was so authentic. And it's just very much was just a huge blessing to be there.
Now, you have had this unbelievable explosion of confidence. I think people look at you now and they go, here's this confident, just stand in your power kind of person. Mm-hmm. That's been an evolution and a journey. Would you just talk about what's been influential in that? What's been the difference maker?
I think first and foremost, I think for myself, I didn't have like a huge following and a huge influence, I felt like, to where I felt I could confidently just go and reach out to people. I feel like people would have just kind of dismissed me. And I think by becoming a product of the product and by having a Jessica Regner in my ear every so often, and God, just reaffirming, like, I've been placed here for a reason. I'm connected here for a reason. I need to be rooted and allow the confidence to grow in the product and the community, go to the events, reaffirm the fact that I'm where I'm meant to be, and become bulletproof, like to the point now where I'm like, before, if someone blocked me or rejected me or something, I would take it to heart. It would like make me crumble. And I'm like, I need to lean into this because I don't want to be the type of person who just falters when, I get a little pushback. I need to be stronger. And so I also kind of allowed that to happen. Like, I allowed myself to feel insecure and just thought, like, everyone has been here. Everyone has to go through this. And so now, yeah, I feel to this point now, I'm like, okay, we're going to do this.
You also, your language has changed dramatically. So you declare to the world. Can you just talk about just what your declarations are for your next goals and just what you say to yourself now about those?
I literally go to sleep and I see what my future looks like. And so that placement and that vision that God has given me, I don't know when it's going to happen. And I'm just following. Like, there are times where I'm like, I want to run. And it's like, no, Janelle, you're going to sit for a second. Hold on. I'm like, okay, maybe that's me. I'm still trying to figure that out. But my declaration, I want to really truly help people from the inside out and their personal evolution and their financial flexibility and giving back to community. And I want to have a team of people who are just so successful, who are so rooted, who are so, you know, blessed to be here and to share. So, uh, yeah, I feel like my posture has definitely changed. And I definitely think that that's just come through time and through when I go to sleep at night, what I see happening, I'm like, we're really going to do that. So I think that that has just laid really deeply into my heart and soul that that's, feels like truth. And it's not here yet, but I know that it's coming.
It's coming. Well, let me close with this with you. I think some of my advice to people is get yourself some running partners. Get yourself a running partner specifically. Will you talk about the shift that you saw? I mean, you've got a couple people running with you in the same direction. Will you just talk about the difference that made?
Yeah. So having someone that is building with me, that messages me daily, or how I see it influencing them positively, or being on the other side of it, like, it's helping me learn a lot. And it's just encouraging me to like want to go, want to do more, give more of myself. And it just has made it so fun to have it build with someone.
Mhm. I think I'm going to sum it up with Janelle. I think what I'm seeing in Janelle is, and I give this advice to each of you, become the leader that you've prayed for. Be the leader to other people that you've prayed for, right? If you don't like who's leading you, if I'm not, listen, I'm not a leader for everyone, or the person who enrolls you may not be the leader for you. That's okay. Peaches are delicious. Not everyone likes peaches. Some people are allergic. That's okay. Be the leader that you prayed for other people. All right. So thank you, Janelle. You're amazing. And we're so grateful for you. Lisa Travis. So if some of you know, Lisa just is one of the newest Crystal executives on the team. She owns an incredible salon in Dayton, Ohio. We've been so lucky to have her as part of the team. And she is another one with big, bold, audacious goals. Lisa, I'd love for people to hear just someone that is as successful as you've been. You have, how many employees do you have in your salon?
43.
She has a big salon, you guys. Buffalo Red Salon, if you're in Dayton, Ohio, correct?
Come see us.
Come see them. Okay. So someone that's as successful as you, why network marketing? Can you tell people why someone that's already successful, you and your husband, you do awesome. Why network marketing?
Well, I certainly wasn't looking for it. And it fell in my lap by a good friend who we were discussing, actually, I was asking her a question about the salon and she mentioned the collagen, and then she told me about Jessica and connected us on a call, and I was immediately, my interest was piqued. I was like, I mean, it so aligns with my industry. It's authentic, normal conversations that I'm having with women every day about skin, hair, weight loss. But I didn't even know the weight loss side. I was just really interested in the collagen.
So yeah. So for you saw, hey, could I add another stream of income?
Yes, I did. And it's funny too, because I've been in the industry for 25 years, had the salon for 18. And, I kind of have that down, and I'm not really used to getting no's. So it was, it made me, it stretched me. I was uncomfortable. And I feel like I talk to my team all the time about no's and how you're planting seeds, and that just means not today. But then as I, told people, of course, you get the no's to get to the yeses. And then when you start becoming a product of the product, and people see that passion and know you're speaking truth, and you get those yeses, it's really exciting, especially when my phone would ding and somebody would sign up. I was like, oh, this is awesome. I get a little adrenaline rush.
So a new thrill. So one of the things I'm hearing you say is that we all probably know business owners. We all likely know someone who has a salon or works in a salon. So is the new challenge that was exciting to you besides the income? You were just like, hey, maybe people and they're a little bit, they've been doing a little routine. They're etched in a habit. They love something exciting in their life. But tell us how if we know people, women like you, already successful, maybe salon owners in the beauty industry, how do we approach women like you?
Just like you would approach anyone else. I think, make it normal. Don't make it weird. I think, when I think of like people that I want to approach that maybe is a big influencer, or I could be intimidated. A lot of what you said, by just reaching out, using that excitement that I feel about it and the passion that I feel about it, pictures, of course. And I always have like collagen in my purse. I'm, here, it tastes so good, and yeah, just don't make it weird.
Pro tip, you guys. So carrying around samples, pro tip right there.
For
You have
sure.
samples. So you give someone a sample, and do you have them taste it right in front of you, or what's your process for that?
Well, again, I try not to make it weird, but like I do like them to taste it. I'm like, oh my God, they're like, right now, should I take it home? Should I refrigerate? I'm like, no, just drink it right now. It tastes great. So some people don't.
Brilliant. Have them take it right in front of you guys, because they take it home, they forget about it.
Mm-hmm.
They might
leave
be
it in
like,
the car.
Yeah, they might let it get in the sun. I don't know what will happen, but let it take it right in front of you. They go, oh, what do they usually say?
Delicious. Oh yeah, they love it. They're like, this tastes so good.
I'm telling you, it's when I used to work in a sneaker store, and one of the biggest tips they would tell you for selling, you'd sell sneakers, but you always wanted to upsell the sneaker cleaner. Well, what they would tell you is take a sneaker cleaner out and put it in someone's hand. They almost always buy it. This is the same concept. Put a collagen in their hand and have them taste it. It's a very smart tip. Now, Lisa, what would you say are the reasons that people are saying yes to you? Is it business? Is it product? What are you mostly finding? What are you mostly leading with?
In the beginning, I think I led more with the product. Now I'm leading more with the business. I think, at first the product was what I was mostly interested in and seeing the results. And then as I've met this community and I really see the support we have for each other, the positivity, the faith, just and how much, I just got to go to the Jersey Shore and roomed with 4 women that are now like, I consider friends that, and they're on here. And it was and I'm like, I can't believe I'm going and I'm just going to room with 4 women that I don't even know, but I felt that comfortable just having this community support. So now I feel confident, because everybody needs a side stream of income right now. And, even if you think they don't, they probably do. So I think there's just so much training and so much information that we get from each other about how to speak to people and make it normal. And I think that leading with the business opportunity has come really naturally at this point.
So if you're coaching someone brand new, would you tell them right now, start to get really comfortable with leading with the business?
Yes, I would.
Okay. So when you're training your team right now, you're coaching people, hey, lead with the business.
Yeah. Because the product, we know that the product is good. We know the product's amazing, mind-blowing, market disruptive. So I think having that confidence, it's a lot easier to lead with the business. And we have the simple systems too. So that's, yes.
I think you're such a good example of someone going for it. Now you hit Crystal Executive, top rank in the company. What's your next goal?
To create a Crystal Executive.
If everyone on the call knows, your rank changes when you have someone you've personally enrolled go to executive. And it's a humongous deal. I honestly look at people that have created executives and just think that is it. That's leadership. So the fact that you just said that's your goal, that makes my heart happy, because I think that is just one of the most exciting things that can happen in this business.
Yep, she's on here and she's going to do it. And we're going to have an event on Thursday night. So I'm excited.
I already know it's Teresa Good, and I already feel like we should make the graphic to celebrate her, because there's no doubt about it. I know that she's a well-trained dynamo. So I'm so excited
Yes.
for Terry. We'll be interviewing her on this call sometime soon.
Absolutely.
All right. I love it. Well, let's go to
Thank
Lindsay
you.
Crouch. Lindsay Crouch, the queen of community. Lindsay, I would love for people to hear how you got involved, because I think a lot of people would be mad intimidated to approach someone like you that they saw with this unbelievable online presence. If you don't, just tell them your Instagram handle. So if anyone who doesn't follow you just can look at the ridiculously effervescent woman you are on social media as well.
Jessica, you're the best. Thank you so much. It's Shine Bright Lindsay.
Check out Shine Bright Lindsay on Instagram, and you're going to be like, wait a second, ask yourself, would you approach someone that looks like this on social media? And so tell your story of how you got involved.
Oh my gosh. Well, it's a relationship thing for me. The girl who brought me on, Lauren Lewis, just became my friend on Instagram. She started following me, commenting on my posts, commenting, on my stories, and just found a relatability factor with me. We were both boy moms, women of faith, someone that I could just be friends with, trust, be authentic with, just grow a normal, natural relationship with. And so anyway, I do have, a community outside of Isogenics that I do. And Lauren actually joined that community. And I was like, oh gosh, this is going another level deep, right? Like, we are friends. We're going in, we're going to be friends. And so one day she had joined my community. She was part of the sisterhood, and we were being friends for about a month or two, just, interacting with each other. And one day she was like, hey, Linz, do you want to jump on a call and just to get to know each other's stories a little bit? Because I did not know her. She was a new friend from Instagram, basically, a cold network become warm. And I was like, yeah, of course, I'd love to do that. I love nothing more than knowing other people's stories. And so we jumped on a call one day and just started getting to know one another. And I asked her, what do you do? What are you up to? And she was like, well, I used to be a photographer, but now I just started this collagen and it's amazing. And you got to hear Jessica's story. And she started telling me all about Jessica's story and Jessica's success and coming out of the corporate world and where she is now. And she's like, I've got to get you connected with Jessica. And next thing I know, I'm connected with Jess, and Jess and Daniel and I are doing all these Zoom calls, and just really, really interested because of the relationship that I first built with Lauren, and then got to build with Jess, and then it just continued to progress from there. I saw the caliber of people that are in this community and part of Isogenics, and I was like, I want to do life with these women and men. These people are inspiring and influential and driven, and I want to be here. So it's kind of how it all went down.
Well, I love that. And I honestly just think that the underlying thing you should hear there, build relationships. It's a relationship business. Love people. Not just, she didn't go right and go, hey, Isogenics would be great for you. She made you feel, she created a friendship with you. Exactly. Added value to you. I love that. Okay. Yeah. And so you decide you're going to say yes to Isogenics with your husband, and right. He was supportive. So one of the things I think that you did that was so smart is that you guys really are a team. You got his buy-in on this. You got his opinion and input. Will you just talk about that? Because a lot of people I think are looking at this going, I don't know if my spouse, my partner would be supportive. Maybe they're not. What's your best advice about getting a partner, spouse, someone who really has input in your life, them on board?
Is, include them from the very beginning conversations. If, if you're interested at all, bring them in right away and start sharing with them why it's a stirring in your heart and what you feel drawn to about it, and why you're excited about it, and get them involved in the conversations. I remember Daniel had Zoom calls with you, Jess. I remember he had multiple phone calls with Erica. We were in between businesses, and he was like, Erica, is this something that I should do too? Should I quit my job and go all in on Isogenics? We both were really looking into it hardcore. And Erica was like, no, I think just want to be doing it is good, And so we got a lot of wisdom and just help from y'all, and making sure that You know, I wasn't the only one investigating it, because if I was going to go all in, I wanted to make sure that he had like looked under every rock too, and that this was a dual decision that we were making together. And as soon as I felt like, you know, he was behind it, we were making the decision together, it wasn't just something that I was doing. You know, I get to bring him into events and calls and, you know, trainings and stuff all the time, which, you know, it's great for us as a couple that we get to do this together. So I would say just bring him in from the very get-go, you know, explain why you're excited, what you're looking forward to in it, and have him meet everybody, because meeting everyone here is a game changer.
I think that is a great tip, is bring your partner, even if they're not supportive, bring them to an event and let them be exposed, let them be part of the culture. People will bring them in, let people know in advance. Hey, my partner's checking this out. Just look out for them. I'd love them to talk to you. The next thing I'd love to find out from you is, are you leading with the business or the products?
You know, I've got to say, usually the business. If I'm doing a reach out, it's a business, because I'm looking for my dream team people. I'm looking for people that I want to link arms with. I'm looking for my business partners, and we are building something special, and I want them to be part of that. And that's how I, you know, present it to them. When people reach out to me, you know, a lot of attraction happens, right? When we are consistent in sharing in our stories and on our Facebook posts and all that stuff, people usually reach out about the product, about the collagen. And then sometimes I'll be like, you know, get them the collagen in their hands and then say, hey, listen, you know, if you want to get this paid for, let's show you how to share with two. If you want to make some income, you know, jump on a call. And so it kind of depends on how the conversation gets started. When I'm reaching out, it's usually with the business. And then when people reach out to me, I get them started on the product, but I also always mention the business opportunity.
You're the queen of creating community. When you're reaching out for people with the business, are you talking about the community when you first reach out?
Oh, 1,000,000%. It's one of my favorite things to talk about. And immediately I'm getting them connected with one of you guys. So they can
let people hear how that sounds. Like, give us an example of how you're communicating that.
Absolutely. So recently I brought on a Saint artist, and she's a makeup artist. And just this week I connected her with Anne, and Chelsea is her name. And I've connected her with Erica and you too, Jess. But I was like, okay, for her to speak Saint makeup, I got to connect her with one of my Saint artists, Anne. And I talked with Anne about her while we were together at the mastermind. And she's like, Linz, I got you. Let's talk to her. I'm going to share her how she can do both businesses simultaneously. And so anyway, that just kind of looks like, you know, someone that they would have something in common with. And so if it's someone who's like a powerful woman of faith, I might connect them with Brandy. If it's someone who's a Saint artist or into makeup, I might connect them with Anne. If they're a corporate exec, you know, past with you, Jess, or in current corporate America, you know, I'll connect them with Erica. Another busy mom in the Austin area, I'll connect them with Janelle. And I just say, hey, listen, you know, we are blowing things up. We have a market disruptive, you know, product, and many of them, you know, it's a 20-year-old company, been around forever. But what we're doing right now is unlike anything else anyone has ever seen. You should see the women that I've linked arms with. They've changed my life. They up-level my life. You know, I'm going to connect you with one of them, and I just kind of decide who that's going to be, who they'll have the most connection with.
I think people are longing for community, and I love, love, love how you're not only showing them, you're exposing them into the community. And guys, I don't know about you, but my dream team longs for an awesome community. They would add to this community, and not only would they add from the community, they benefit from it. So Lindsay, you're the queen of creating community. You make people feel part of something special. And I think that's magnetic. So I'm going to really just tell you guys from the Lindsay Crouch School of Creation of Community, let people see what you're a part of, what you have a hold of, and give them a special seat at the table. And I think you do such a beautiful job of that. Last up, guys, I want to introduce Michelle Stanton. Probably most of you know this mover and shaker. She's all over the place. She's making things happen. Not only does she have a background in beauty, but she also came to us with some experience in the industry. And so, Michelle, I'd love for people to hear from you just a little bit about your story and how on earth Brandy got you to say yes.
Oh my gosh, of course. And thank you so much, Jessica, for asking us to share, because I feel like the more stories that we have in our arsenal, the more people that we just jog our minds with that we should talk to. And of course, the PVC 123 connection piece is huge. And I just want to give Jessica also honor for helping me launch my business so quickly. Her and Brandy and Jeff and Anna were, you know, pivotal. And how it happened basically is I was working at the spa that I worked at, a lot of hours. I put a lot of energy into that job and I loved my job. But I remember Brandy came in, I asked her what she was doing. She said, you know, this collagen drink that she was marketing, showed me pictures immediately. And that was a huge thing because we'd heard about the same collagen before, but no pictures. And so nothing ever happened with it. We never even like really listened. It was like one ear out the other. But when I saw the changes that people were seeing, I knew the collagen we were using wasn't doing that. And of course it opened my mind. And so then she gifted me a box and said, start drinking it. Here you go. And so I started drinking it. Day 3, my back pain was gone. I have a stiff back, chronic back issues. And it was amazing. Like I could tell. And I also felt this overall feeling of just vitality, just waking up early in the morning on the 4th day. Like I feel good. Like I feel good, you know, my mood, just everything, all the things. And so I decided, you know what, we're going to share this. We're going to share this ASAP. And then I called Brandy, said, Brandy, can you come in here and do your before and afters, like set up a display? So she came in on our busiest weekend. We had an open house going on and had before and after pictures, all kinds, men, women, scars, hair, you know, Nikki Rumpel's neck, you know, pictures like, hello. I mean, all the ones that got my attention. And she started talking to people for us while we were busy. And then I had a list of people to follow up with. And you guys, like I called her up and I said, can we get a copy of those pictures? We need to keep these pictures in the lobby. Like this is a big deal. So she just like came back all the way back and dropped them off. And you guys, within 2 weeks, I was executive. Like now I didn't just talk to people at work, but I talked to almost everybody at work. Like because the pictures drew them in, right? So I didn't have to bring up like an awkward conversation, like I'm trying to sell you something or whatever. I would just see who's over there looking at the pictures. And then I would actually be like, hey, can you believe this? Like, this is crazy, right? And then they're like, what is it? How and what? And then you let them taste it, you know, and we have little clear shot cups, you know, from the dollar store, right? And we would keep them chilled and we would just maybe get 4 or 5 samples out of one bottle. So we could let a lot of people taste it without going broke. And yeah, I mean, they were like, oh my goodness. And then what we did is we told them, I'm going to hook you up with my wholesale pricing. So I'm going to text you right now how you can order so you pay what we pay. And they know that's a big deal because in the med spa world, everything's marked up 100 million times and they're used to paying way lots for everything. So they were like really appreciative of that. And so then we'd have boxes on hand. And if they wanted to start right away, because, you know, we're creatures, we want it now, we want it now. And so we would say, you can buy this box and we just sold it for $40 at first. I'm not telling you that's what you should do, but that's what we did because we didn't want to scare them away with like inflating the price at the beginning. So, and if the sooner, and look at it this way, if they're drinking that first box for $40, the likelihood of them ordering a link for the second box is like 90% because they already know they like the taste. They just invested $40 in a week. What's a week going to do? Nothing. Like you need to be on it longer. So, it really did make a difference. And then of course I went home and this is another big tip. Once I got home, I mean, I couldn't even like pay attention to like normal, like things I used to do because I was always thinking about, this is a great opportunity. I got to get everyone I know and love to see this. And then I remember getting a white dry erase board off Amazon for $169. That was one of my first purchases for the business. And it was pivotal because I'm trying to build to executive. That's all I want to do. And what I did is I would draw my name and I was building myself, my business, and then my boss's business at the same time. So that's why it was really hard. I had to like put the whiteboard at 2 and then put her name and her left, right. Okay, mine. And then as I started adding people, I would circle and do like little like inside lines where there 2 people would be. Mm-hmm. So I'm constantly seeing where I need to go next, what I need to do. And that's why it was so easily done. But also I've been in the industry forever and I know this is where it's at. You guys, I have never seen this kind of leadership at all. And like I said, I've been in so many companies. And the fact that we have Brandy and Jeff, you know, pouring into us every single day and doing this full time, the fact that Jessica does the same thing, the fact that we have all the leaders on here, new and OG, that would share with you at a moment's notice, connect with you. It doesn't exist. I'm telling you, it doesn't exist. I know. And when I had that, so when I had this experience and I went to NYKO 2022, like Janelle did, and it was life-changing, and it was because you're seeing people that signed up 20 years ago, you guys, and not just 1 or 2, but like dozens of OGs that are still there 20 years later. That's another thing that's very rare in the industry. And And then everyone's sharing with everyone, everyone's loving on everyone, like no one, there's no place. It doesn't exist. And I don't know how, but it's like you're in heaven. Like, it's like you went to heaven. I swear. I was like, oh my gosh. So you got to get people to events, and you got to just get the pictures in people's faces, and you got to get the product in their mouths, and you got to be excited. If you're not excited about it, then wake up. Like, wake up, you know?
Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay. So I think everybody, we're all hearing this one common theme from these 4 absolute stars, new stars. Community is currency. The community is currency, right? Everybody's talking about this community. I think we undervalue it. We underplay it when we're prospecting. We're not talking about it enough. It can't be overplayed in this kind of environment right now. So community. I love hearing from 2 women who are complete stars in the beauty industry telling you to get this in people's hands, get some collagen in their hands and watch them buy. I think, you know what? This is one product that if you have one in your pocket and you're there in front of someone, here's what I'll tell you. You're giving a lot of tips here. I do not sample unless we are in person. If you're texting me or messaging me and we don't live close by, no way are you getting a sample. I'm saying, hey, a sample is ordered and it's money back guaranteed. That's your sample. But if I'm sitting next to you in a nail salon, I'm like, girlfriend, drink it right now. Let me know what you think. Is it delicious or is it amazing? Which one? And so that's, I think, a great tip. And then I also love, I don't think I've ever, anybody here who's creating executives, Lauren, Brandy, to Ann, tell me, have you ever seen anyone hit executive without drawing it out, like whiteboarding it, putting on a napkin, putting on the Crystal Executive Roadmap? I just don't think so. Brandy's saying nope, and everybody else is shaking their head. No, you got to draw it out. If you want to do it, it feels so doable. Even if you're using a pencil and a paper, you use a fancy dry erase board, and I love that. I have a lot of dry erase boards. I love putting it on for other people. But like when Lisa Travis was talking about hit with Terry Good, my advice is that, Lisa, you put it on your whiteboard too, because Michelle, you did that. You built 2 positions to executive. Girlfriend did this at the same time, you guys. She built 2. She built 20 consultants at one time. Massive congratulations. I also want to just recognize that, do you notice that everyone who spoke also edified and honored other people? Leaders edify other people. And I just want to say that, like, there's a lot of people who I would say you're not a leader when you're blaming people. I love you, but this is growth. When I first started, I wasn't who I am today. I'm not going to tell you that there were some things that I did that I'm not going to be proud of all of them. Maybe blame, maybe excuses. The more advanced you get in your leadership, the more you're looking for, who can I praise on the way up? Who can I praise? Who can I acknowledge? Who can I leave better? And you're looking down, you're looking up, you're looking sideways. And I just want to give credit. Michelle Stanton, I think you're one of the most amazing people at leaving other people better than you found them, praising people 360. I mean, you're looking all over the place, everywhere, praise people. I think that is just such a sign of your leadership. It's a sign of maturity. I see it in so many people across this team. You're not, thank goodness, most of you are not where I was when I first started. I've gotten better along the way, and I'm still looking for growth. And I just want to tell you, I get better because I watch people like you guys do this 360 honoring and edifying, and it's so powerful. Do that. Think about, if you're watching the recording, look at how these women show up. Shoulders are squared, confidence. And truly, none of us started out this way. This is growth. This is where you get to. So many great tips among these 4 women, rising stars, rising up other leaders. That's what's so freaking cool. So guys, if you're ready to go all in, I just want to commit. Who are we going to bring executive next? Who are we going to get to manager, director? Let's have a ton of rank advancements. Last week, we didn't have any rank advancements. And that's something that this week, I think, is a massive opportunity. It's the last week in the month, you guys. Last week in our commission month. Who are we rank advancing? Look through your organization. Who can we get to consultant, manager, director, executive? Who can go 1-star? Who can grab a 5-cycle bonus? Who can go 2-star, 3-star, 4-star, 5-star? There is no limit here. Literally, you want to max out? Cool. We'll give you another brand new position. I'm heading out to corporate next week. If you guys have any questions that you want to, or I'm sorry, tomorrow morning, I'm flying to Phoenix to go do a corporate tour with some people. If you guys have questions that you want to ask for corporate, I'm so fired up because there's a whole new wave of leadership. Last thing I'll leave you with is, this is what I'm seeing. I was just telling Lauren this. Never before in 9 years have I seen more people, more extraordinarily successful people looking for a forever home. I am shocked I was saying to my husband earlier, I am shocked at the number of people that are looking at Isagenix and going, can this be my forever home? I think it can. Guys, we are the it place. They're like, I'm looking at these 3 companies, and Isagenix is in the mix. It's one of 3 that some of these $110,000 a month earners are looking at. Guys, you're in the it place. And I promise you, if I have anything to do with it, they're all going to pick Isagenix. It's an obvious choice. I mean, honestly, even anybody could look at it. My 6-year-old could look at it and go, oh, it's an obvious choice. Isagenix, you're part of it. Please know you're a part of right now, the it company. We are having a full out moment. But what I want to tell you is right now, you got to talk to the people. You got to be loud and proud with your flag. Other companies are faltering in big ways, in really, really terrible ways, because they're making comp plan changes. They're making really egregious corporate, terrible decisions. They're putting people in jeopardy. FTC, flagrant violations with FTC. Very, very, very Wild West kind of behavior. Guys, right now, Isagenix has never been more buttoned up. There's never been a more promising future. You'll hear soon about the massive cash infusion that we've just gotten. And what that means for you is going to be tech advancements, product innovation, new hires, awesome marketing. Just the freaking sky's the limit. Plant your flag, guys. Fly it so loud and so proud, because you're in the company having the full out moment. People just need to know, and they need to know from you who they like and trust. I hope you guys have a great night, and I cannot wait for next week's call, Monday night, with our girl, Lauren Frierson. Woo woo! Have a great night. everybody.
Hey, Jess, I was just going to say, remind everybody that Sunday night, everybody's welcome at 4:00 Central Standard Time, 8:00 Central Standard Time to hop on. I put it in the chat. We're doing presentations for everybody that wants to bring people by the massive droves to check out what we're doing. They'll learn about the product for 30 minutes. They'll be invited to stay on to learn about how you can make money with it. So come bring your people, flood in the lines. Well, if you want to know about it, just reach out. We'll make sure to get you the details, but I wanted to make sure everybody is bringing people so that we can absolutely just keep blowing this thing. I think the week before Sunday, last Sunday, we had over like almost, 40 guests. I think some of them are on this call now. So we want to pack the lines, get people in front of the information, grab your top 10, and truly join us on Sunday night. So we'll be putting more out.
I love it. That's how you fly the flag right there, Brandy. Thank you so much for being inclusive and doing the flag flying for all of us. We appreciate you. Have a great night, everybody.